Welcome back to the Archive Network. Aurelius here, with Malik, curators of the Lineage archive. We left House of Plantagenet last time at the Plantagenet grip on power loosened, but did not break. Today we pick up where we left off. Civil wars and rebellion are the true tests of a dynasty's resilience. For the Plantagenets, survival meant more than just winning on the battlefield. It meant constantly adapting strategies and forging new alliances. The stakes were never merely about arms or territory. They were about maintaining the throne's integrity. Each conflict forced them to rethink their approach, to outmaneuver rivals, and to ensure loyalty among their supporters. This constant vigilance is what defined their legacy and shaped the future of their rule.
Survival was absolutely crucial, but we can't ignore the human cost that came with it. The Plantagenet court was like a stage for constant power struggles, but those struggles involved real people with hopes and dreams. Each choice made by the nobles impacted lives in profound ways, tearing families apart and shifting loyalties. The court wasn't just a site of drama. It was a place where ambition clashed with the harsh realities of life, shaping destinies in ways we often overlook.
Picture it, a royal household on the move. Horses pounding down muddy lanes, their hooves splashing through puddles. Each journey was more than just travel. It was a demonstration of authority, a display meant for both loyal subjects and watchful rivals. Heralds rushed alongside, carrying heavy rolls of parchment, each seal a reminder of the weighty royal business at hand. The king's presence had to command respect and fear in equal measure, reinforcing the core of power that held the empire together.
Yet, that display masked deeper insecurities. It wasn't just about spectacle. It was about survival in a fractured realm. The Plantagenet Empire was like a patchwork quilt of territories, each with its own unique traditions and laws. Governing effectively meant they had to tread carefully, balancing power against the looming threat of rebellion. Every decision carried weight. A single misstep could lead to unrest, and the consequences would ripple through the lives of ordinary people, affecting families and communities across the land.
The shires of England, the valleys of Normandy, and the rugged lands of Anjou all presented unique challenges. In response, the Plantagenets dispatched justices and sheriffs to enforce royal authority across their domains. Their courts transformed into vibrant arenas of influence, where loyalty was bartered like gold. Every gathering was a game of political chess, each move meticulously calculated. Alliances were forged and broken over whispered conversations, as powerful families jockeyed for position, ever aware that one misstep could lead to ruin.
But that game often came with high costs. The Plantagenet household was a hotbed of ambition and rivalry, especially among Henry II's sons. Richard the Lionheart and John weren't just heirs. They were potential usurpers, each plotting their own path to power. Their mother, Eleanor of Aquitaine, added to the chaos with her fierce loyalty to her sons. You could feel the tension in every corner of their lives, as family bonds twisted under the weight of their ambitions.
Ambition within the royal family erupted into open rebellion. The Great Revolt of 1173 truly tested the very foundations of the dynasty. Henry's sons, fueled by discontented nobles, sought to seize power for themselves. It was a chaotic struggle, marked by relentless sieges and treacherous betrayals. Friend turned against friend, and alliances crumbled. This conflict nearly shattered their hard-won empire, illustrating just how fragile power can be when ambition takes hold.
And let's be clear, this wasn't just a family squabble. The fallout from that rebellion left deep scars. Even after the rebellion was quelled, tensions remained high. The Plantagenets were fighting each other, and that internal strife threatened everything they had built. It's a stark reminder that power can be as fragile as it is intoxicating.
Marriages in this context became tools of power, and we can see how Richard's betrothal to Berengaria of Navarre and John's union with Isabella of Angoulême were strategic moves. They weren't just romantic partnerships. They were vital alliances. Each new marriage brought not only fresh territories but also new enemies, complicating an already intricate web of loyalties. We can't forget that every union shifted the balance, forging connections that could either strengthen a kingdom or lead to its downfall.
Right, but at what cost? Those alliances often brought as much conflict as they did security. The web of loyalty was stretched so thin, always on the brink of snapping. Take the Plantagenets, for example. Marriages could forge alliances, yes, but they could just as easily ignite bitter rivalries. Every union had the potential to become a battlefield, with real people caught in the crossfire of power plays and family feuds. It was a high-stakes game, and not everyone walked away unscathed.
As Richard led the Third Crusade, his legend grew, but his absence left England wide open to danger. When he was captured and held for ransom, the Plantagenet dynasty found itself teetering on the edge. The treasury drained alarmingly fast, taxes skyrocketed, and the kingdom felt immense pressure. People were restless, and whispers of discontent filled the air. It was a moment that could have unraveled their entire legacy, revealing how fragile power can really be.
Exactly. His valor abroad didn't protect the realm at home. Enemies circled like vultures, just waiting to pounce on any sign of weakness. Families were caught in the crossfire, their lives disrupted. The very survival of the dynasty hung in the balance. It's a stark reminder that even the mightiest can falter when their attention is divided. We can't overlook the human cost. Real people suffer when leaders lose sight of what truly matters.
When King John lost Normandy to the French crown in 1204, we saw the dream of a unified empire begin to unravel. Plantagenet prestige took a devastating blow, and this loss was more than just a territory. It was a hit to English pride. Resentment simmered among the barons. They could feel the sting of lost power and influence. That discontent wasn't going to simmer quietly for long. It was only a matter of time before it boiled over into something more significant.
By 1215, those growing grievances really came to a head, leading to the sealing of Magna Carta at Runnymede. That document was so much more than just a piece of parchment. It was a bold declaration of rights against the tyranny of absolute power. The Plantagenet grip on England may have loosened, but they didn't just fall apart. Instead, it became a delicate balance of power, where the people's discontent forced the crown to make concessions, reflecting the struggles of countless individuals yearning for justice.
The minority of Henry III marked a cautious restoration of the monarchy. The Plantagenets learned to navigate a new political landscape, one shaped by shifting allegiances and lingering distrust. They had to give just enough to maintain peace while still asserting their authority. Emerging battered yet resilient from the chaos of rebellion, they realized that true power remained just out of reach. This delicate balancing act became their new norm, a testament to the complexities of holding on to power in turbulent times.
That's the crux of it, isn't it? The Plantagenets had this remarkable ability to adapt to changing tides, but those old fears never really vanished. Questions about who would succeed them and where true loyalty lay lingered like shadows. They proved they could withstand storms, but real, lasting power always felt just beyond their grasp. And the stakes? They were only going to get higher as we move into the next chapters, with real lives caught in the balance. That's where we leave it this time. House of Plantagenet continues. The story isn't finished yet. Find the full series on the Lineage archive, part of the Archive Network. We'll be back with the next chapter.